Amber Guyger's criminal trial captivated North Texas, and everyone had an opinion of the verdict. That opinion changed for a lot of people when sentencing happened. Here's Ed Gray, though, from the Commish Radio Show with My Voice, My Opinion.
Amber Guyger is guilty of operating under the color of law. She acted as a police officer, and she had the appearance of authority when she shot and killed Botham Jean in his living room. Many say that this case was a slam dunk case of murder, but often we've been disappointed by justice in America. I'm not a legal professional, but I know plain old Texas horse sense. A man eating ice cream in his living room, watching television, should not have to die. Today, we mourn Botham Jean's family as we also celebrate justice in Dallas and in his native country, St. Lucia. Justice is not equal, but it is something for us all to strive for. Rest in peace, Botham. I'm Ed Gray, and this is My Voice, My Opinion.